The Tao of Self-Confidence, episode 196.
Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of courageous women finding their inner journey to self-confidence 5 days a week. Want to learn how you can change your inner beliefs and attitudes? Download a free copy of the ebook by visiting thetaoofselfconfidence.com.
Well, hello, friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have an amazing lady who is here today to share her story. She has many tricks up her sleeves as an entrepreneur, and I'm just really excited to have her on and share her story. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Rupi Kainth. Rupi, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself to our listeners.
Sure. Hi, Sheena. Thanks for having me on your show. So as Sheena has mentioned, I am an entrepreneur of many years, and I try not to define myself by everything that I do, but I have had a lot of life experiences, and I'd like to share later on today. I'd love to share some of my stories on overcoming confidence.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And Rupi, what's your cultural background?
I am Indo-Canadian. So some people refer to us as East Indian, but my language is Punjabi, and my religion would be Sikh.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that tidbit. And what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
One of my most favorite quotes is, confidence is not they will like me. Confidence is I will be fine if they don't.
I love that because especially for women, we're so programmed to always think of what other people or what people think of us. And we're so obsessed with that notion, right? It's like every little step we take, we have to think, oh, what if they don't like me? What if they don't accept me? But really, it's just self-confidence. It's really just learning to love and accept yourself for who you are, regardless if people like you or not. And really, the less you think about what other people think, the more, the right people come into your life. So I really love that quote. And in your own words, how would you define self-confidence?
You know what, Sheena, in my own words, it's as simple as loving who you are. Self-confidence is loving who you are and really, truly embracing everything that you are.
That is a great definition. And I believe that as well, just loving yourself for who you are. And that also includes your strengths, your weaknesses, your flaws, right?
Exactly. That makes up who you are, right? If you didn't have your past and everything that you've been through, you wouldn't be who you are today.
So true. And sometimes our weaknesses is where we can find our own strength. So great definition. And Ruby, what was your life like before your discovery of self-confidence?
So I think for me personally, it's gone in phases in terms of confidence. I grew up as in my the story in my head is I was an ugly duckling. So I had some very personal and private experiences as a child that, those were my hardships growing up. And then I overcame those in my 20s after I found my confidence through my artistic talents and my career. And then recently I went through a personal struggle in 2013. And after that, I realized that my confidence just dropped. It took a huge dip. And I was finding that life was very fearful. It was restrictive. Even though I've accomplished a lot in my life, in the eyes of others, I'm successful. I've accomplished everything, but I was feeling just not worthy. Mental thoughts were occupying my mind constantly. I was unable to grow. I was unable to achieve the things that I normally was achieving. So it was just, I was at an all bottom low in my life.
Thanks for sharing that. And, I think we're always our own worst critics, right? When it comes to looks or achievements, we just always want to keep on. There's nothing wrong with bettering yourself, but we feel like, we haven't accomplished much and we still have to keep on going thinking that we need to do more when, in reality, we've done so much. And, what was that point in your life when you realized that, you didn't have to be fearful or restrictive, that you were finally, okay with who you are and what you've done and just, increasing that confidence level of yours?
Well, there was a few techniques that I was trying after this phase of my low. And one of them, I remember at one point I was talking to a friend / coach, and he said, these were his words, and it just really hit home for me. He said, the mantra that I really have to understand is that I am whole and complete. And whole and complete is not a place that we have to work towards, but it's a place to come from. So that for me really put everything into perspective. And Sheena, I know I was telling you before, I started this program called Rupi 2.0. So when I started this Rupi 2.0, that was all about building my confidence back up again. That statement right there, I am whole and complete, and whole and complete is not a place to go to, it's a place to come from. That was really the foundation of everything.
Awesome. And I love, you're able to realize that being whole and complete is something that we have within, and it's something we can, like you said, work from. Because there are people out there who feel like they have to seek that they're not complete, just being themselves. And, I'm glad you're able to realize that in your own journey that you are more than enough, and you can go out there and be the powerhouse that you are today. And, because of that realization, what's your life been like now?
I feel normal again. I actually feel better than normal. I know that confidence is one thing I've learned about confidence is that it's like a daily maintenance sort of thing, right? It's not like, okay, you can do it once and then it carries you for life. You have to work on it every single day. But since my Rupi 2.0, I definitely feel like I'm back on track. I'm a better mother. I have a 5-year-old. I'm a single mom. So I just feel like I'm healthy again for him. I'm making better decisions in my life. I'm able to, the goals that I had, the people that I wanted in my life, I'm attracting everything positive again.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And, Rupi, to the woman who's listening to your episode, she may be in her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you would give to her? One tip I would give, I guess,
I know in today's day and age, in this age of social media, I know me personally, I found that, a lot of women compare, right? We're looking at Instagram, we're looking at Facebook, and we're looking at all these amazing women, everyone's doing something so powerhouse and they're looking amazing. And it kind of sometimes can make you feel like you're not good enough or that you're not doing enough. And, the thing I would say to them is to just really embrace who you are, and that in this moment, you are enough. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. And you got to run with what you got. Instead of feeling that you are incomplete and you have to get X, Y, Z to be complete, really, really embrace who you are, everything that you have going for you, and go with that.
Thanks for that awesome tip. And I totally agree with you. As women, we're great at playing the comparing game, especially, with Asian cultures. We've been so programmed to say, why aren't you better than so-and-so's son or so-and-so's daughter? Yep. And, that really sticks to us. And then that's when we have some of these issues like, why aren't I, the model on the magazine or, the successful entrepreneur on Instagram or whatever it is. But
why is my skin color wrong, right?
Yeah, and we have to realize that we are all in our own journey, and whatever success looks like is according to our terms and not what other people tell you it looks like, right? So, I'm glad you mentioned that tip, and I think it's really important to realize, especially for women, that there's no need for the compare game, because I've been guilty of it as well. So,
we all are, and I think you look at it like Beyonce, for example, right? If Beyonce was trying to be someone else, the world would be missing out on Beyonce. So I think the same goes for each one of us. If we try to be someone else, we're not really naturally living an authentic life. And in the world, people do detect that, right? It comes out in the way we carry ourselves. So I think the biggest gift you can give yourself is to really just embrace what you have going for you and accept that it's not any lesser or worse than the person next to you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that again. And Rupi, if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about what you do, is there any links or social media profiles we can connect with?
Yes, Instagram, it's Rupi Kainth, just my name, RupiKainth. Same with Facebook, you can find me on Facebook. And I have a few different websites for the different businesses that I do, but if you follow Rupi Kainth, I usually have that updated with everything that I'm working on.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. And to our listeners, if you want to connect with Rupi, you can also head on over to thetaoofselfconfidence.com and search for Rupi's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else we talked about. And I really just want to thank Rupi for taking the time to share her story and journey with us. So thank you so much.
Thanks, Sheena, for having me.
It was an honor to have you on. And to our listeners, be on the lookout for another new episode of another amazing woman's journey to self-confidence. And we'll catch you later. Bye for now.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on another episode of The Tao of Self-Confidence. Visit thetaoofselfconfidence.com for links to everything we chatted about today, as well as killer resources, gifts, and so much more. Subscribe to The Tao of Self-Confidence on iTunes or Stitcher to hear more stories of amazing women finding their inner journey to self-confidence.